Well, it's joke time. Bill, he works at a pickle factory. And the damn it. Get out of this. Son of a asshole. Well, I got something here. Love metal variety. Something control unit. Looks like. And a heavy duty battery that didn't make the end. We'll take that. No, I don't think I said anything, but then I started to say, hey, I didn't say anything, and then I shut up. What I meant to say was, well, hello, Scrap for Cash family. It's another exciting evening of scrapping. It's Thursday evening after work, hitting my neighborhood that I go to down the road from work. Let's see what we can come up with, shall we? Time I come out, you guys are amazing. My fans always show up. They always show up. Well, here they are. It's a big, heavy metal. One of my greatest fans. Thank you. Well, look there. It's a couple of metal. What I don't want is them things to open up. I'm no good at closing. Every time I open one of them things, I can never close it. Sometimes it just lays hidden in the grass on you. Like that. Hidden in the grass. You know, every little bit helps. That's all I can say. Couple pans here, couple pans there. Next thing you know, you got $300. Let's continue on and see what we can come up with. A lot of these streets end in dead ends, so like this one is really a dead end. I mean a dead end, or I'm gonna have to use a driveway. It's like somebody's horse farm. I know you can't see it, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. You know, a daughter goes into the kitchen where her mother's making dinner, and she asks the question that most parents dread to hear because they always fumble with the answer to the question. So the daughter looks at the mother and says, "Mom, can I ask you a question?" And she says, "Of course." And she said, "Where do babies come from?" So the mother thinks about it and decides it's best to use clinical language and be truthful. So she says, "Well, sometimes me and your daddy will go into the bedroom and we hug and kiss and hold each other, and then we have sex." And the mother looks down and sees that the daughter is puzzled by that response, so she decides, well, I'll just be clinical, but blunt, but clinical. So she says, "Well, honey, daddy takes his penis and puts it into my vagina, and then that's where babies come from." So the daughter looks at her, and she seems to comprehend. And then the daughter says, "Oh, I see, I understand. But the other night when I came into your room, you had daddy's penis in your mouth. What do you get when you do that?" "Anything I want," she replied. Sometimes it's not the quantity, it's quality, of which that has very little. But this definitely has some. A little bit here, a little bit there. Next thing you know, you got a truckload. The funny thing is, I wasn't even going to come up here because it's a cul-de-sac. But I would have missed out on that. This isn't by no means a dramatic scrap episode. I think the main thing of all this is you get out and you look. You got to come with me to find you a home. You can sit up front and look out the window. Spooky. Very spooky. There is absolutely nothing worse than a teddy bear with a drinking problem. Get up. I thought I saw something down here on this street, so I'm going to go back. It could be a vacuum cleaner, it could be a lawnmower, it could be a refrigerator, it could be some guy in a white shirt working on his car. I don't know. It's too dark to see that well anyway. Well, and it appears to be a couple things. Let's go look, shall we? It's an umbrella. And a vacuum cleaner with a cord. Can't complain. More cords for the pile. And I don't know what y'all saw, what you didn't see. Got something else. Another one. Another umbrella. It must be that time of year people are getting rid of them. And a base. It weighs a good 50 pounds. Hopefully you can see it. We're gonna try this again now that I've, you know, when you drop the GoPro and it goes in between the seat, and then the more you try to grab it, the more it goes down to the seat, you know, to the point you almost got to dismantle the truck just to get the GoPro out. Anyway, back to my joke. Bill's worked at a pickle factory, and he's worked there for 10 years. Loves it. He loves working at the pickle factory. But he's had this unusual urge for the last couple of years since he's worked at the pickle factory. And he finally comes home and decides he's going to confess it to his wife. That he's got this terrible urge, almost, it's like it's drawing him. It's like it's pulling him. But he's got this urge, and it's a terrible urge. I mean, it's horrifying. It's an urge that it's almost like, you know, somebody that has an addiction to gambling, they can't stop. Well, he can't stop thinking about this urge. Now, his urge is he wants to stick his penis into the pickle slicer. Yes, I know that sounds terrible. But after much discussion that night with his wife, and him telling her, you know, it's an overpowering urge. I don't know how to fight it. She suggests he talks to a therapist. Maybe the therapist can help him figure out where this is coming from and a way to fight it. But, you know, Bill is steadfast in his belief that he's going to be able to overcome this on his own. He's not going to need help. Well, a few weeks go by, and then Bill comes home from work, and he's just white. I mean, his face is just drained of blood. It looks ashen. You know, and his wife, what's wrong, Bill? Something's wrong, obviously. You look terrible. He said, well, do you remember when I told you about my tremendous urge I had to put my penis into the pickle slicer? His wife says, oh my God, Bill, what happened? He said, well, I got fired. And she says, what happened? Fired? What happened with you and the pickle slicer? Bill said, well, you know, they fired her too.
Asshole.